Hello, my dear friends. I'm so happy that you came over here to click on the video and you chose to watch me. Thank you very much. I'm sending you so much love for that. And I'm so excited to share with you my point about energy. It's such a wide topic, but I believe you clicked on this video for the reason and you needed to hear this. You needed to be reminded of this as I was over and over again last few days. Now, let's start. I wanted to talk firstly about courage. And as I'm very familiar to courage. I live my life very courageous. I can always do better. And I always do amazing things. Whenever I feel fear, I learn how to alchemize it, how to transmute it, and how to kind of not beat it, but do the damn thing I want anyways, regardless of the fear or chatter inside of my head. And I talk more about that in the video I recorded and posted one before this. I leave the little tab there. And now courage. I was thinking, I'm embodied, like I feel that I can collect it easily inside of my life. And I was just sitting and thinking, how can I help people recall courage? And what it came to me is knowing that courage is just energy. It's just an excess energy that all of us can like take back and hold it. Why most people don't do courageous things, why most people do things that like 99% of the population does, go to work every day, they're not happy with their job, but they go anyways, and then they come home and complain at the work with their colleagues about the work. I'm the guilty of that. I know all of these aspects of life because I did them in the past or I'm still doing it. And this is most common. Like we all human, each one of us thinks that we are somehow special. Somehow we are special, we're made from God, and we have so many desires and we have so many voices in our head that are so telling us that we're so special. Nobody's like us. And in some point that's true, but in most of the times we're just human. We are same race, human race, so we are built off the same organs. Our brain is built off of same chemicals. We have all the same hormones running through our systems, depending if you're a man or a woman. And most of the things, like 90% of us, is the same as the person beside us. That's why I was so interested to study for over 10 years about human brain, human body, psychology, emotions. And the first time I learned about energy was 3 years ago, a bit over 3 years ago, so 2023 or 2022, one of them too. It was winter. I'm born in December, so I started hearing people mentioning masculine and feminine energies, and I was like, what is that? And then I found a few teachers online that were teaching masculine and feminine energy, and I'm from Serbia. I found one lady from Serbia. She was teaching it through the dating content. So everything that I'm talking about, especially energy, especially human brain, especially emotions, you can implement in every aspect of your life. No matter like what examples I'm telling you, stories I'm telling you, just be open to receive. Lay back into your chair, lean on, try to do something that relaxes you. It's either like deep inhales and exhales into your belly, or just maybe move. If you're a woman, movement is very important. That is what I learned from Tony Robbins. He collects his energy through movement of his body. And I've been actually to one of his seminars last evening, and he was another inspiration beside this video, that most of the people suffer of anxiety. This is what I got from all of his research and what he is teaching. Most of the people today suffer from anxiety because they're stuck at home and they don't move their body enough. Yes, we're meant to move our bodies any way, shape, or form. We are made, if you look at our history, hunter-gatherers history, those people back like 10 of thousands of hundreds of years ago, they're moving. Even like people 200 years ago were moving much more than us. Even like 100 before industrial revolutions, when they founded out all of those amazing vehicles that we use today, people were using their bodies to move, and that way they were sourcing energy. Another big thing, energy is not connected to food. It is, but there is energy. Food is just kind of like one aspect of how you get your energy. You can collect your energy if you're hungry. When people feast, in my culture, there is a certain calendars in our religions that we feast. They before Christmas, 2 days before Easter, and I'm used to this concept. But I notice now that I live in Ireland that people just don't do that. They don't feast at all, and it's a big part. We used to do it more often, but now that we are in modern societies, we are not concentrated on religion more. We are concentrated to achieving more. And we lost a little bit of touch to a religion, which I totally understand. I was never raised to be religious, but I see a huge importance of it in today's world. Feasting is, if you don't eat for, let's say, 3 days, first day it will be very hard, but then second and third day you'll still feel, you still feel waves of energy. You'll have energy. So energy is not coming from the food. I'm so excited to try feasting again. I did feast once, longer than a day, and I'm so excited, and I cannot wait to just rid my body of all of the things I ate, all of the thoughts, and then enter into a new lunar Chinese year, which is happening on 17th of February. Just clean. My body will be clean, my mind would be clean, I would have the clear energy inside of me running, ready to new wins and successes. So energy is not, it comes from different places. It can come for you if you're extroverted. It can come from talking to people you love, you like. Sometimes I am more introverted, but I feel that rejuvenation of my energy through them as well. It can come from having like a long bath, going for a massage, going on your holiday is a big one. That's a big restoration of energy for me. It can come from the healthy food. It can come from the healthy teas, drinks. It can come from all over the place. But the most important thing that I'm going to teach you is how to collect your energy. You can recall it. We all came with our energetic field. Something is flying around me. We all came in with our energetic field, but nobody taught us about this. And we keep putting our energy, if we are not aware, we keep putting our energies to the different outputs somewhere else, somewhere outside of us. Especially if we want to be successful in our career, if we are more fueled by that masculine energy, meaning that masculine energy is, we all have feminine and masculine energy, but our masculine energy is what drives us, what motivates us, what keeps us on the path. It's kind of like that little trainer inside of your head that keeps going, do this, and after that you do this, and don't give up, and la la la. That's how my masculine energy comes up. It keeps us on path. To restore energy, we need good balance between feminine and masculine energy. So we need time for ourselves to do things that don't seem like they have any effect on anything around us. The things that don't bring us money, don't bring us extra clients, don't bring us visibility. We just do things that we really, really want, that do not have, and we don't expect any outcome of it, instead only to enjoy it. That is what rejuvenates your energy. It was a long road for me to learn that. First, learning difference between feminine and masculine energies. There's many amazing teachers online and information. One of them is, I leave her YouTube link down below. Her name is www Alex Avlux. She's amazing. She's pure gold. And one of them is also my mentor at this time in stage Bina Irfan. She's the OG, she's the original. So I leave her YouTube down below as well. And firstly, getting to know your energetic body. It's very difficult for us women to keep good balance between our feminine and masculine energies. It's work in progress, and it's always going to be work in progress because we live in very result driven world, money oriented world, which is masculine goal. Most of us are just used to just concentrating on a goal instead of the path, which would be more feminine. Finding that balance is very important, and being able to maintain it, and then being able to see, it's all the practice, where your energy outlets are. I remember even like last year, I was feeling very drained by my work. I love my job. It's my most favorite job up to date, and this is the longest I stayed in a job, over 2 years. That says a lot because I get usually bored, and I want to try something new, have more experiences and things. I was feeling very drained, and what changed my mind is, firstly, I invested in myself heavily. I used to invest in myself but few hundreds of euros, which is few hundreds of dollars. Maybe the biggest one before my biggest investment in myself, maybe it was like 1,000 euros. Now that seems a little more funny for me. When you put money towards yourself, when you invest in yourself, when you put your money, for example, if you buy a gym membership, it will motivate you to actually go to the gym. And I didn't start from like 1,000 euros. I started little by little. First, I started allowing myself to go on nicer holidays. That will be maybe like 100, 200 euros extra a year. And then I started going to therapy, which was every week. It was 50 euros. And then I progressed from therapy to mentorship, which was maybe like 400 euros for 3 months, which is very fun. It seems like nothing now, but it was a big deal for me first to invest those 400 euros. And now that I'm in huge containers of $25,000 plus. This is how you expand your capacity, but to do that, you need to have your energy back to yourself. Now, how do we lose our energy? It is all kinds of ways. You will be surprised. I still get surprised because this is a lifetime practice of noticing. And once when you close one door, you notice, oh, the other one is open. So most of the people that are not aware, they would gossip. That's the biggest outlet of energy. I have been struggling with this for so long. Even now, sometimes I catch myself having that urge to say something about someone, and I stop. It was not like at the beginning I could notice myself doing, but I just couldn't stop. It's so addictive, and it's the way of connection. Most of people connect that way. Gossiping, overthinking about things that happen in the past, present, or future, keeping a grudge, keeping anger towards somebody, not being able to go through emotions. For example, if you just went out of the long-term relationship, we're all human, so we all feel mostly similar emotions, just maybe like a bit in different different rows. Like somebody, when they go through the breakup, will first feel anger, then sadness, then disappointment, then regret, and then the other person may feel sadness straight away, and then regret, and then disappointment, and then anger. It varies, but we all feel the same emotions. If you don't know about emotions, I did know nothing about emotions. I was going to therapy for 3 years, and I was just repeating the same stories over and over again, which it helped me release the emotions around that stories, because first time I would say the story, I would cry for half an hour. Second time I would cry for 15 minutes. Third time I would cry, maybe I would just feel sad, I would not cry. It helped me release emotions, but I didn't know what emotions are. I was afraid of emotions. There is term in psychology, having one emotion attached to another emotion on top, kind of like hiding it. I had fear attached to most of not that nice emotions. And then when you learn how to go through it, it helps you just be able to move energy through your body. Instead, if you don't know how to process your emotions, if you get stuck into grief or anger for a long period of time, that drains your emotions, that pulls you down. I remember first time when I did somatic work. Somatic means there's types of psychology coaches that go inside of your body instead of just keeping you in your head just talking about things. They bring you to your body, and then they can find those little pockets of energies that are locked when you got stuck, when you couldn't go through certain emotions. They're still inside somewhere, and when you see somebody who reminds you of that person that you're still holding anger to, or somebody said something the wrong way, or somebody looked at you different, that emotion arises again. And if it's not released, that's another, like, it's literally like an anchor that's holding you down. Instead of releasing it once and for all and just opening yourself for creation of your own life the way you wanted it. And courage is the first step in creating that life. Why am I talking about emotions before courage, or energy before courage? Because you need energy to have courage. If you're tired, you're most likely going to just sit down and watch Netflix, avoid things, and keep your mind busy. If you pulled out your energy from that anger, you're not angry at your dad for doing that thing when you were little. You're just stop holding grudge against that co-worker that said that thing 6 months ago. You kind of stop gossiping. You gossip every maybe second or third time that conversation arises, and you start doing the things you truly enjoy just for the sake of enjoying it. you have more energy inside of yourself, and you have more things moving through you, more ideas. And then you can just collect your energy, and do things finally that you wanted to do. What happened to me is that I finally allowed myself to, because I was feeling so drained from the work, and my work is very physical as well. I'm a dog groomer. I decided February and the beginning of last year to only work for 4 days a week instead of 5. And when that day came, I was a bit afraid about my financial situations. Will I be able to do it? But I did it anyways. I was just sick. I was motivated by just, I had enough. Like, you can be motivated by starting your life into right directions by something painful, like having a breakup, or being sick of your job, or feeling anxious and depressed. That campaign can motivate you. Most of people get motivated that way, out of their zone of comfort, and then some, maybe 10% people, get motivated by their desires. Now we want you to bring you from motivation by pain to motivation by your desires. When you're motivated by your desires, you create the life you wanted instead of escaping the life you don't want, which can also lead to the life that you want. So when I tried to escape the life I didn't want, I started working 4 days a week, regardless of my fear of how will I have enough money. And it was, I believe it was like February of last year. And then because I had 3 days for myself, firstly, I was like, what should I do with myself? And I started recovering my energies. I started doing things I always wanted to do, but I was putting them off. And then somewhere in the beginning of the March, I got an idea to organize a protest. Now, bear in mind, I never been to a protest. I never organized anything. I wasn't leader. I don't remember that I was the leader of anything before. Maybe like a small group of people were taking charge, but nobody called me a leader or anything. So I had the desire, and because I had so much more energy pulled towards myself, I wasn't spreading it in all of different directions. I had it more in me, and then I just, because the energy was there, I didn't know how to express it, how else to express it. I didn't have any output to express it. I obviously didn't want to go to my toxic ex, like, no thank you. I didn't want to start argument. I was like, no thank you. So I'm just gonna do follow the new idea I had, organize a protest. And long story short, it was not easy. It was a lot of new things I had to figure out. There was 4 of us in total, and they literally told me, like, you organize this, you're a leader. I was like, no, I'm not the leader. Well, it looks like I am. If somebody else tells me I'm leader, I have to be. So I think it took us like maybe a week or 10 days to organize everything. We did not have enough time, but 50 people showed up. And I was even asked to speak on megaphone, which, walking through like my whole town, like everybody's gonna see me, everybody's gonna hear me. And it was a lot of fear, but because I knew those 4 steps I was talking about in my last video, I led myself through it. I followed through. I had enough. I had my desire, which is help raise awareness about what's happening in the world. I had enough energy to have courage and hold courage and not give up. Enough time as well to organize everything. And I had the knowledge of emotions, of how to redirect those voices in your head and follow through the right path that you actually don't know how is everything gonna like play out, but you know it has to play out the best way you can. And the belief. So 4 things: desire, courage, enough energy, having the knowledge to stop yourself from sabotaging things, stop your mind from sabotaging another thing you really want, and believe that everything is gonna be the way it has to be. And if you're interested in that video, I'll leave it at the end, little box. You can go and watch it, and I hope this video helped you understand a little bit more about energy. How will it totally change your life? Your life starts changing when you actually pull the energy you already have, but it's just outside of you. You put it there unconsciously, you become conscious of it, and you start pulling it back, and the whole new world of creation, your perfect life, is gonna become true. And my last thing that I'm gonna leave you with is, you never know. You can never predict the future. So we are not a god, we are not saints. We cannot see, will this next step bring me to the thing I really want. I tried hardest with my brain to predict all the future aspects of things in the past, and it didn't work. It only sabotaged me. It only paralyzed me. And if you want to truly create the life you really want, you have to believe that you follow only the desires, only intuition that truly feels aligned with you. And if you make mistakes, that mistake is gonna redirect you to the path you're really meant to have, and it's meant to happen to you. Same as when you just got out of the relationship. You knew that relationship was maybe not it after first few weeks, few months. You stayed in it, so you ignored your intuition. But at the end, you still collected your courage, and you decided that you want to create the life you want, so you broke up. And now you're on your path again. And I'm so happy to shine your light on your path. Because I know how confusing and concerning at the times it can be, because you cannot have that zoom out vision of, if I do this step, what is this gonna cost me in the future? You just have to do it. You just have to believe and collect all the knowledges about your emotions, how to control your brain, how to just have better understanding of your brain, and try to redirect it, use it in the way it's gonna help you out. So I hope this helps you. Also, link down below, I leave my little love party that's happening on the 14th of February, when we are going to talk everything about brain and emotions. And if you want to see that 4 steps of building your dream life, you can tap on this box. Actually, it's going to be down below. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope that you took at least one thing from this, and now with this one thing, your life is changed forever. I know that, and I'll see you in the next one.